Mike here from Phantom Sporting Optics. I hope this video finds you well. Today we're playing around with the 280 AI. This is an F-class 1,000-yard gun. I do have an EC tuner brake. Now, some clubs you can't run a brake, and some clubs you can. So right now I'm playing with this tuner brake. I have a Tier 1 bipod on here. We're going to get a closer look at. This barrel has been chambered up for me from Anthony at Crown Ridge Barrel Works, and thus far it's doing a great job. So we're going to go over this a little bit closer, show you a few more things I've got on this rifle, and then we're going to play with the bipod and the tuner, and I'll show you a few things about that you might find interesting. Again, it's Tier 1, the Tier 1 bipod, an F-class bipod. If you know much about F-class, you know that joy pods are very, very sought after. And this is kind of an alternative to a joy pod. There's kind of a look at that Tier 1 bipod. You see that little red knob right there? That's affixed to tighten up to the arc rail. That's the only thing I've really had trouble with, is it coming loose. So on the back side, we have a big robust knob back here to get your level. I wish there was a knob like that here so we get a little more torque on that guy, because it tends to come loose on me as we're dealing with recoil on this 280. It did the same thing when I was running my 6.5 yesterday with it. Now the cool thing is the vertical adjustment right here, up and down, these legs automatically level. So pretty nice piece of engineering there. A little closer look at that barrel from Crown Ridge. And then we got the EC tuner brake right there. We're going to see how this thing holds up recoil wise, and then we'll go from there. This is a Macmillan universal stock. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite stocks. And on top we have a Maven RS4. You guys watch my channel much, you know that I really like the Maven. Alright guys, we're going to shoot this under recoil here and see how that EC brake handles recoil. Okay guys, here we have a target 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. I'm going to move that tuner and see what kind of difference it makes down to 100 yards. And then the tuner settings I like, I'm going to test it at 300 yards. So we're going to test this at 100 and see what we like here out of this 280 AI and go from there. So I'll be moving the camera downrange, shooting these, and then we'll come back up here to the shop. Stand by. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to start off with tuner setting 0 and work our way to 8. And we're just going to do 2 shots. We're just going to look for them to go through the same hole. And then if that works out, we got another round to see if it repeats. Stand by. Alright guys, here we've got the EC tuner. I showed you the shooting video. It wasn't that impressive. Probably just going to stay with my Hellfire brake. That Hellfire brake seems to perform better, and the recoil management department anyways might be selling that EC tuner or moving it to another rifle that doesn't have so much recoil. The Hellfire does quite a bit better job of mitigating recoil. The only setting that really looked good to me was number 6, and I went back to that. It did place a round back in by the 6, but it wasn't on top of each other, so might need to work on the load a little bit more. But if you look at this load, this is the exact same load, and if you put them dots on top of each other, that point of impact didn't change a lot until we got to number 8. So again, I'm not that impressed with that tuner. It's not a bad product. It's just nothing I'm going to use on my 280 AI. Stand by. All right, guys, let's talk about the Teir 1 here. This Teir 1 bipod, in my opinion, sets in a good place to compete with the Joypod. Now, is it as user intuitive as Joypod? No, I mean, it's a little harder to use because you don't have the little joystick in front of you to adjust your point of aim. But it is a little bit cheaper than the Joypod. I think for the money, this is a very nice option. I don't have a Joypod, so this is what I'm using right now. I haven't shot a match with it yet. I plan to this next match. I really like when you move the dial up and down here, where you go make these legs go closer together or further apart, these skis stay level. So no matter where that's at, and I'll spread it out for you here in a second, the skis are really level. Now, the only thing I dislike about this item is this little red knob here that hooks onto your arc rail. I wish it was bigger so you could get a better bite on it with your hands, and thus far get a little more pressure on that arc rail so it doesn't move around. I've had that come off a few times or slide forward on my gun simply because of recoil. So if you can get that cranked down or put you some type of lever on there, that would probably be a better option for that. Only that piece of it. The rest of it I really like. Going back to the EC tuner here, probably won't be using it on this. I'm telling you straight up, I won't be using it on this gun at all. Might use it on a lighter caliber, but as far as using it on this gun right here, it doesn't seem to make a huge difference. I like the recoil mitigation better on my Hellfire than I do this. Now, both of these, this is a 4-chamber and this is a 4-chamber, but that Hellfire does quite a bit better job of mitigating recoil than this guy right here does. It simply does. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for staying with me this long. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.